Once upon a time, in a beautiful village surrounded by a lush, dense forest, there lived a humble woodcutter named Tom. Known throughout the village for his unwavering honesty and hard work, Tom spent his days cutting down trees, chopping up the wood, and delivering it to the villagers to support his family. One morning, Tom traveled into the forest to go to work, but he traveled deeper into the woods than he normally would in search of the finest tree. He carefully selected a sturdy oak tree and began to chop with his trusted iron axe. The rhythmic sound of his axe striking the wood echoed throughout the forest. As Tom swung his axe with all his might, he felt a sudden slip. The axe flew from his grasp and fell into a nearby stream, sinking beneath the rippling water. Tom's heart sank as he watched the axe carried away by the swift current. Tom tried wading into the stream, but the water was just too deep and fast-moving. He tried to retrieve the axe, but it was lost. Discouraged, Tom sat on the riverbank with his head in his hands. Suddenly, a gentle voice spoke from the water. "Do not be troubled, kind woodcutter. I have witnessed your sorrow." And from the sparkling waters of the stream emerged the water fairy. Her wings were glimmering in the sunlight as she floated gracefully towards Tom. Tom was in shock by this, but he was hopeful, and he said, "Please, can you help me find my axe? It was the only one I had, and without it, I cannot work." The water fairy nodded kindly. "I shall help you. Please stand back." And with a graceful swirl of her hand, she summoned the waters apart and dove beneath the surface. Moments later, she re-emerged with a gleaming golden axe. "Is this your axe?" she asked. Tom examined the shiny, beautiful tool and shook his head. "No, this is not mine. My axe was plain and old." The water fairy smiled and nodded. She dove back into the stream and soon returned with a shimmering silver axe. "Well, how about this one?" she inquired. Tom looked at the elegant silver axe, but again, he shook his head. "No, that is not mine either. My axe was simple and well worn." With a final graceful dive in, the water fairy surfaced with Tom's old iron axe. Tom's face brightened with relief. "Yes, that's my axe. Thank you so much." The water fairy's eyes twinkled with approval. "Since you have been honest, I will grant you all three axes: the golden, the silver, and your own iron axe." She presented the axes to Tom, who was overjoyed and grateful. With the new axes, Tom returned to his village, where he was met with awe and admiration. He used the golden and silver axes to help the villagers with their wood needs, and his own iron axe continued to serve him faithfully. His generosity and newfound tools greatly improved his work and provided for his family. Word of Tom's good fortune spread quickly, and soon a fellow woodcutter named Bill became envious. Bill was known throughout the village for his greedy and deceitful ways. Upon hearing about Tom's remarkable gift, Bill decided to test his own luck. One day, Bill deliberately threw his own old axe into the stream, hoping for a chance to receive the golden and silver axes. He waited impatiently by the water, eager to see what the water fairy would bring him. When the water fairy appeared, she retrieved the golden and silver axes first, as she had done with Tom. Bill was immediately filled with greed and claimed the axes as his own. "These are mine," he said with a smug grin. The water fairy's expression turned grim. "You have been dishonest. These axes do not belong to you, and your deception has been revealed. Therefore, you will only receive your own old rusty axe." Now Bill was furious upon hearing this, but with the wave of the fairy's hand, she vanished, leaving Bill alone with his old axe. On his way back to the village, his heart was heavy with disappointment as he realized the cost of his dishonesty. Bill returned to his work with a new perspective. He understood that his greed and deceit had cost him a valuable opportunity and the respect of the villagers. From that day forward, he vowed to embrace honesty and integrity, hoping to earn back the trust that he had lost. The tale of the honest woodcutter teaches us that honesty is not only a virtue, but also a pathway to earning respect and valuable opportunities. Through Tom's integrity, he not only received a reward, but an inspiring reputation in his community, while Bill's greed and deceit led to disappointment and a damaged reputation. So what can we learn from today's story? Let's have the courage to be honest in all our interactions, even if there is something to gain from lying. Admitting our mistakes builds trust and brings us far greater rewards than dishonesty ever could. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more stories and life lessons. Until next time, remember that honesty truly is the best policy.